Some of our products have been lab tested, and then the supplier will send us those results.
The results.
So we know. But the tasting table committee really is there to give us feedback on flavor, even things like texture, packaging, pricing. Basically, would they buy it, and would they expect to see it on Green Spoon? So when we get that feedback, we then give it to the supplier. So I mean, like 99% of the time, by the time we get to that stage, we're fairly sure of the product. It's like the final hurdle. We wouldn't be asking the supplier to send us samples if we weren't fairly sure that we were going to take it on.
Yeah.
So 99% of the time we get positive feedback. Maybe some feedback on the packaging. We have really vocal customers, right?
Okay,
and I love that.
Let's talk about packaging. What's your concern on the packaging when you're vetting your suppliers?
So what we're trying to do, I think, is just really cut down on anything unnecessary. So, for instance, let's take, for example, one of my customers gave me some feedback, which was really fantastic. And we love the feedback, right? Negative, positive, whatever. We just love it. Because if you're not getting that from your customers, you're not engaging enough with them, and then you won't grow as a business. So we love that we have such a vocal customer base. So one customer called me and said, look, I'm not buying your pork products anymore because they come on a polystyrene tray, and then they're vacuum packed, right?
What's
and
that?
I was like, okay, you know when you buy meat and it comes on a little tray, on a little polystyrene tray,
and vacuum packed,
and then vacuum packed with plastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says, I'm just not going to buy it because I'm trying to give up plastic and. Okay, so then I said, actually, yeah, I mean, is that really necessary? Do we need a tray for bacon and a tray for sausages and such like? So then I called the producer and I said, is there any chance we could get rid of those trays? Yeah, he says, no problem at all. If you don't mind, but it doesn't look 100%. Right? Yeah, he was chuffed. But also, if you don't look at, it might not be like 100% uniformly packed. We'll do our very best. But is that okay? And I said, yeah, my customers, I know my customers really well. They'll say that's absolutely fine. So there we go. We just cut out polystyrene trays overnight. We no longer have them with our pork products. So we just kind of look at things like that. And because we're really small and then we're working with small artisans, we can be quite nimble. So when somebody asks us something like that, it's a phone call because I know every single supplier.
Switches.
And then we can make a plan together. Sometimes they'll say, no, Gigi, that's just, you're being unrealistic. I say, okay, fine. It was worth asking.
Okay,
And other
what
times,
are some of the things that, have been, seemed like, this is way too much. We don't really need to do this. What you're mentioning right now.
Bio gets a lot of bad flack for their packaging of the big 2-liter bio milk.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we chatted to them. They were really aware of it anyway, but they reduced their plastic by 30%. It was actually an amazing story as they told it to me, because the manufacturer of the bottles said there's no way that the bottle will be strong enough to hold the milk. And Bio said, we're determined. We want to try it. We want to reduce the amount of plastic in these bottles. And so they just went ahead and did it, and it worked. So that's the kind of innovation, and those are the kind of people that we work with, and we just love that, because it's so everyone we're working with is conscious of the planet, and we do some recycling on behalf of our customers. Like, they'll just send stuff back. A lot of the stuff we try to reuse, egg trays, stuff like that. For instance, take right from the beginning, I said there's no way we're selling eggs in those small packets of 6 or 15 or 20. It's a tray of 30 because it's cardboard, it's reusable, you can send it back, and also eventually it will disintegrate. Plastic, on the other hand, no. And I just so we've never ever sold anything less than a tray of eggs. You have to buy a tray.